welcome to our channel. Don't forget to subscribe. Please keep liking and continue to give us your thumbs up and share. Breaking news: detained IPOB leader Nnamdi Kanu received impromptu notice to appear before Justice Binta Nyako. Kanu legal team, led by AG Mako, had filed an application before the court for the transfer of the suit marked FHC/Abuja ABJ/CR/383/215 from the Abuja division of any federal court division in the southeast state. A detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, said he has received an impromptu notice from the Federal High Court to appear. The recused Justice Binta Murtala Nyako of the court. Kanu Special Counsel, Barrister Aloy Ejimako, made this known on Friday after the legal team and the IPOB leader's family concluded routine visitation with him. Ejimako said, "Our discussion centered on the surprising notice we received to appear in court with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu on Monday, 10th February 2025. We shall appear with a bated breath." Kanu's legal team, led by Ejimako, had filed an application before the court for the transfer of the suit marked FHC ABJ CR 383/2015 from the Abuja division to any federal court division in the southeast states. In the application dated January 30, 2025, filed pursuant to Order 49, Rule 3 of the Federal High Court Rules 2019 and Section 45 of the Federal High Court Act, Kanu's legal team said that the application was equal to an order entered by Justice Nyako on September 24, 2024, recusing himself from handling the case, pursuant to an oral application made by Kanu in open court. According to the team, we are reliably informed that following the said recusal, Justice Murtala Nyako promptly sent the case file to your lordship for the purpose of reassigning it to another judge of the same Abuja division of the Federal High Court. However, it came to pass that your lordship was unable to reassign the case to another judge of the Abuja division because none of their lordships in the Abuja division agreed to take the case, thus leading to the situation where your lordship has now sent the case back to Justice Binta Nyako Muritala, from whose court we received a hearing notice setting the matter down for hearing before his lordship on 10th of February 2025. Lordship has now sent the case back to Justice Binta Murtala Nyako, from whose court we received a hearing notice setting the matter down for hearing before his lordship on 10 February 2025. The legal team added, "We are reminded to hereby protest sending this case file back to Justice Binta Murtala Nyako because his lordship no longer has jurisdiction as he stands recused by virtue of the subsisting order that his lordship has made enrolled under his hand. Given that no other judge in the Abuja division is willing to take the case, the only option left is to transfer the case to any division of the Federal High Court in Southeast Geopolitical Zone, especially since the offences are alleged to have had impact on Southeast and not Abuja, which does give the Southeast Division a far superior jurisdiction than any other division including Abuja. This also recurs with Order 49, Rule 3 of the Federal High Court Rules 2019, Section 45 of the Federal High Court Act, and the case of Ibori vs. FRN 2029-3 NWLR, page 1128-283. For the foregoing reasons, we respectfully request that our humble application be considered and granted before the hearing scheduled for 10 February 2025 in order to prevent a grave miscarriage of justice to the defendant." Well, when it comes to cases in court, especially a very volatile one like the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, every judge is trying to save his or her head. They don't want to anymore to partake in this case, especially when the Nigerian state has always been violating the court orders since only God knows when, that Kanu has been in his incarceration. That from one court to the other, the justices will give a direction that, oh, this is the judgment, the man should be released, and then the federal government will refuse to release the man. Of course, as a result of such impunity and behavior of the government, we are bound to see cases like this, whereby a judge decide to say, no, I'm not going to take this case, and then they decide to take it and give it to other judges, and in a particular jurisdiction, a particular division of the Federal High Court, almost all the judges refuse the case. Why? You won't blame your lordship. They know fully well that if they decide to go by merit as they've been doing and all their former colleagues, the federal government will still be adamant, will be disobedient to the court order. And to a large extent, this impunity is tiresome, honestly, especially to judges who have used all of their life to serve this nation, and they decided to make sure that things are properly done and put in right perspective. And those are the ends of power, the authority and the executive decided to just jeopardize the good intention of the judiciary. How will they now expect a reasonable judge who believe in fairness, equity and law to begin to take a case that he or she himself really know that at the end of the day, government is still going to violate the instruction given, the judgment given, and it's an affront to the judiciary, which we're supposed to speak against, and then we talk truth to power and tell the executive head of government to stop this behavior. It's not portraying Nigeria in good light. In fact, we are being seen in bad light for disrespecting the rule of law. But then if you begin to draw this case further, they will begin to tell you about the sovereignty of Nigeria, the security of the country, knowing fully well that, well, by their own reasoning, if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is released today, since he's a particular leader of a particular body asking for their own liberation, is going to cause a lot of problem in court now to them. But I don't see anything wrong in a man asking for referendum, asking for his sole freedom, saying he doesn't want to be part of Nigerian state. And he has people, followership, who decided to also concur and reason along with him. He should be given his fundamental human right. Even in the international law, I believe that each person's right is very, very germane. So we have right to associate and not to associate. We have the right to live in a place and not to live in a place. The onus lies in the court of the individual, not in the court of the state of origin, of the state of, residence of that person. No, let the man decide. If he says he's not staying with Nigeria, please allow him to go. If he decides to have a lot of followers and they say, oh, as of today, all of us from this region are not going to be part of Nigeria, they have every right to do that. So the government is expected to do the needful. This unholy alliance or marriage should be stopped. This is democracy. Let them take whatever they feel is good for them, so that Nigeria can be a better place for those who will remain. Don't forget to like, to share and to subscribe to our channel.